expressed, yes, that they were actually excited about Daddy going away to work was for this movie. 2 hours after the New York premiere, they're trashing the hotel room playing Transformers, waking up my wife, and I had to explain while they're still up at 1:30 in the morning with candy all over their face. And but it was awesome. It was the first time I got to experience something like that with my children, and can't wait to get home and take them to the movie again and trash our house playing Transformers when I get home.
I'm in New York filming another movie, and I'm on my last day, and I rang him on the phone, and I hadn't slept in about 2 weeks, I think. I had not slept, and
but he answered the phone. Hi.
Of course, I answered the phone like that. So he says, "Hey, what's going on? How are you?" I was like, "I'm great. I'm just finishing up my last day on this movie here. It's been a great experience. You know, all's well." And he goes, "That's great. That's great." So it didn't work out, and I was just like, "Oh."
And he goes, okay. Okay.
And he gives it about 10 seconds.
10, 15 seconds.
Before he finally goes, "No, I'm just playing with you, of course it did." And then I collapsed on the ground, and just a heap of jelly.
Because he's got a great story to tell now.
I do have a great story to tell. So that was wild. And the whole experience after that, I was kept on my toes the whole time, to say the least. But it was such a gratifying experience to make this movie, and we're all very, very proud of it.
I was in the car with my mom, and I was so excited. I'm a very big Michael Bay fan and a huge Transformers fan, and I feel really lucky now to be a part of the fourth one.
I didn't get a call from Michael, but I met him at his office. I was so excited because before I saw him, I watched a lot of his guy working on the computer, and a lot of new robots there. I was so excited. I thought if I could be in this movie, that'd be great. Finally, I got this role. I'm so happy and appreciate Michael.
I went to Singapore to open the ride that I worked on, and then I went to the Hollywood ride, and you saw 3.5-hour lines of kids, families of kids, and I kind of felt a little like maybe I should just try one more and redesign everything, because a new director coming in, it would be way too complicated to do a massive movie like this and redesign everything, as well as getting a new cast. So I worked with Mark on Pain and Gain. We liked how we worked together, and I asked him to do it. We based the story around him, and that's how it started.
Thank you
but
so
this
much.
This was a really fun one to make.
Yeah, it was just that one particular shot where I'm running across a ledge that's probably just a little bit wider than this table. And if it's on the ground, it's not a problem. But 20 stories up was pretty nerve-wracking. And Michael looked at me and was like, "What's the matter, dude? I'm holding onto the wall." And he's like, "I heard all these great stories about you jumping off of buildings and jumping out of windows and moving cars." I said, "Dude, that was a long time ago. I got 4 kids. I actually very successful now. I have plenty of reasons to limp. Then I didn't give a shit." No, but I was scared, yes, I admit it. As was Titus.
Trying to break this down because it's bizarre. It's like they're robots from another galaxy, and I think there's something about people just want good in the world. Do you know what I'm saying? And there's something about Optimus. He's such the leader, and he's always fighting for the good. You know, and I think people need more heroes in their lives, and it's a different spin on the superhero with a cape. You know what? It's just try to do things new and different. Try to challenge myself, like the action. I mean, Transformers. Listen, you're trying to make a ride for the audience, you know, and it's like what ways to enthrall the audience. And it's also I work with a fantastic team, but it's 4,000 people it took to make this movie, so. I don't know if there's secret to success. It's just working hard, keeping your head down, and just working hard. A lot of times when they get successful, they get lazy, and I at least try to invent stuff that's new to me to keep me excited in what I do.
I learned a lot from Michael. He's very unique, and he's a brilliant genius. He actually never allowed my interpreter beside me, so I have to be very, very focused and concentrate, like him working on set. Nothing else. Try to focus on what he has saying to me.
But your English is very
Her
good
English
right
is
now.
great.
Look at that, see?
Because Michael Bay is my English teacher. He never allowed my interpreter
You learned
beside
the word
me.
fuck, shit. What
I
the fuck
learned
is
a lot
this?
from you. So he pushed me and forced me to speak English very, very well. He said on set, "You only understand what you want to understand." Sometimes I can't follow him. He speaks very fast, and he speak, can I say, only you understand. I really don't understand sometimes. And Stanley Tucci gonna translate and describe things for me.
I think it was an advantage. I've always wanted to be in a film with Mark. Everyone knows how talented he is, but he's also so hardworking, and he was an amazing mentor to me on set. And he's like an annoying old, overprotective dad for me in real life, so that wasn't really much acting there.
She's a teenager, and it's like a big pain in my ass. She knows how to push all of my buttons and make me crazy, but it was so much fun, and we had an instant chemistry based on our relationship, and that really came through. And she's really hardworking, really disciplined, really focused. I kept trying to explain to her that this is not going to be an easy movie to do. You won't have time to sit there worrying about your hair and makeup and all these other things. We're going to be in the thick of it with Michael every day, and he tries to make it as realistic as possible, and that helps with the acting, but that doesn't help with any kind of special behavior or being pampered or anything like that, because we just don't have time for it. And she never complained once. She's an absolute trooper, and she made me very proud. She still continues to drive me crazy to this day, but I love her very much.
Well, it was a big disadvantage for me. It was a big disadvantage for me, coming in not knowing anybody, being the new kid. But honestly, Mark and Nicola and I have a really great dynamic on set together. Mark and I love to rip her hair out every Wednesday. And it felt very authentic and very real with the dynamic that we had in the film. And we had an awful lot of fun together. If we have the opportunity to make another one, I'm very excited to get back on set with these guys again.
Hans said to me early on, he goes, "Michael, if you want to make this different, you need to get rid of all the old music, all of it." I'm like, it was a really good idea. And I think that there's a lot of difference in this music. I think the stuff weaving Imagine Dragons into this was very clever.
This kind of movie takes a certain amount of scale from the score, because I think it's really one of the most amazing things, because the score has to compete with the scale of this movie, the size of what's going on, the action that's going on, and yet it's supposed to elicit the emotion from the audience. And I think that's one of the things that Michael, working with Steve, is able to do, is just push that emotional moments. Yeah, it's in the context of this crazy thing going on.
The music, I mean, you might just say it's just every other blockbuster, but Transformers music has been used for the Olympics. It's used for major football events. It's used a little bit for the Super Bowl. I mean, that's not every standard, action movie.
We were in Shanghai, and we're all in black tie outfits, and we go to the table, and when we're in this holding room, there are 3 vases, and there's 2 goldfish in each vase, and I run to the bathroom, and I come back, and one of the centerpieces is gone. So I knew it came from Mark's camp, and the goldfish, yeah. And so I come back, and they're gone. I knew it was Mark's camp, and I later find out that Nacho ate 2 of the fish, and the whole thing of water to get the fish down, and Mark only paid him $200.
He's this big sushi fan, you know, he would eat this cardboard little nameplate here. He's an extreme eater, that's what he does. He's trying to make his way in the world and share his gift with the world.
He said he would not have a milkshake though, because he's lactose intolerant, and he said that's one thing he will not eat, but apparently he'll eat live goldfish.
But the grossest thing was he said the fish was swimming around in his stomach.
Yeah, he said he could feel him stop swimming.
Not for long. Trust me.
I actually suggest we got a lot of communicates, and Michael actually after we did the poster, he saw my photos and that he saw that I can kick very high, and I always suggest him I can fight, I can do some kung fu martial arts, and he purposely added that scene. I really appreciate Michael, really.
She said the word, I just want to kick ass. I just want to kick ass.
He's open to people's ideas, and he's a great collaborator in that sense. I initially was going to play an American character in the film, but after a brief discussion with Michael, he decided he'd let me play the character Irish, which was a really nice thing, and I just want to thank you for that, man.
Lamborghini was a little trickier, but because I said he's not a bad guy, he's kind of a bounty hunter, and they go, okay, all right, we can see that. Bugatti, literally, the movie franchise has gotten so big that what's the big auto show here? What's the big one? The what? Yeah, well, apparently the Bugatti was there on show, and they flew it to my office, and they bring it out. And that happened with the Pagani, which is like a $1.9 million car. There were like 18 made at that time. They would literally drop these cars off with a race car driver, okay? And they would say, would you like it to put it in the movie? So it's kind of, you know, we collect about $20 million worth of cars in terms of, because you need multiples. Even Bugattis, you need multiples. So, I don't know, it's been quite nice. They're free.
I am an actress, so working in China and US, I only did my job. But working US more relaxed. Not that much people recognize me. The one. Actually, this time I feel so excited to work with them.
Well, this was just really just to set up a whole bunch of scenarios where you can really broaden the franchise. I mean, if you look at the fifth shot of the movie, if you see that weird alien hand, what was that? What was that? What was that? You know, where'd that spaceship go? Where'd the spaceship go? Where did Optimus go? There's a lot that can go on. Where did the Dinobots go? They're somewhere in Hong Kong, somewhere.